Good evening, everyone. Today is September 22, 7:12 p.m., which is Tuesday. This is my first hour of my live on Facebook. This is my digital office. The reason why you see Wilhelmina because I would like to inform the world and I would like to update everyone about the price of gold today. Now, as you know, the price changes every 30 minutes. As you know that. And if you are really a gold trader, you know, just a moment. Good evening, Mr. Sheikh. I'm live at the moment. Yes, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon to you in Dubai. Yes, I'm sorry I missed your call several times. As you know, we have a different time. Okay, what is the agenda, my dear? Go ahead.
Of gold today.
Well, the gold today is it is 19. Just a moment, I'm going to have a look. It is 1906.40 per ounce. On dollar term is 61,298.91 in dollars term.
Oh,
Our selling price is 22 carats, which is 56,190. On 21 grams, the spot price is 53.63 per grams. On 18K is 45,960 per gram. On 14K is 35.77 per gram. On 12K is 30,650. On 10K, 25.54 per grams. That is the world market today. So what is the agenda, Mr. Sheikh? The agenda is, yeah, I received the document that you sent it to me. I did read it. That's good. That's very good.
What do you think about it?
We will see if that person perform. We will see. Hmm. I hope he will perform. Hmm. Right? So we will see.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I have a few calls from you.
It was yes, it was accident in the morning because I accidentally slipped call. I was typing, but one phone was to call.
Oh, I see. I see. You know my time. You know what time I'm online. What time I'm live. This is my office. I open my live online digital office at 7 o'clock in the evening to midnight. When I'm on offline, I'm interviewing buyers. Yeah. So now I'm free to chat to anyone, any question they can ask live. This is live. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So anything, any question that you want to ask?
Madam, buyer must be tough. We cannot deal with weak buyer.
Sorry.
Buyers must be tough. We cannot deal with buyers.
All right, you're right. Buyer must be real. We cannot just deal with joker buyer. Floating around
Exactly.
thinking they can get gold. I just rejected the guy from Taiwan. He wanted us to bring the gold in Hong Kong. His refinery is Metalor. And he asked
Oh,
us to
it's good.
pay everything and I told him, don't be fool. Don't be fool because gold will not come to anyone unless you pay the products. Mhm. So I rejected him. He's a Taiwanese, and he's I know him several, I think 2 years ago, and I told him, I know you. You've been floating around. He was in Africa, and he was looking for cheap price, and what happened? He ended into disaster. Yeah, because he think that gold is banana to him. Chinese are bargainer. Chinese Indians are bargainer. Yeah, they think gold
They
is
are.
banana or bread. Even bread you cannot buy bread without any dime. Yeah.
Exactly.
So those buyers don't have money, please get out on this business. This is not for everyone. So
Exactly.
the price of gold will bounce back. The price is down on end of 2020 would bounce back to 2,300 and 2,500. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Do you think so, Madam? It will go home.
Well,
Also, I want to ask you, please.
go
You
ahead.
talk about gold a lot. You have printed exceptionally about gold, but can you kindly elaborate about diamonds?
Okay, diamond. That's a very good question. Diamonds is a girl's best friend. On every carats
It
of
is.
diamond, there's a different purity. And the price of diamond, it varies from carats to carats. Now, if you are buying diamond, you make sure you have to inspect the diamond properly. When you inspect the diamond, then you can say, okay, I like this stone, because there are two kinds of diamond. There's a clear stones, and there is a dot dot dot. So if the rock has dot dot dot, it is there is an inclusion. So if the stone has an inclusion, the price is lower than crystal one. One the real stone is very very expensive. But if you can see the stone that not really good looking, that there is that, then you can bargain it, because when you cut the stone, it would be costly for the cutter. This is what the cutter was telling me. Mm. So good that you asked about diamond. Now diamond, the best diamond producer is Conakry and Sierra Leone, or even Namibia. But Namibia, the value added tax in Namibia on diamond, I just finished talking to um, a person from Namibia. Their tax is 16.5%, and you cannot buy if you're a small timer. You can buy that into government licensee. In Namibia. There's also good stones in Botswana, but the price of diamond in Botswana is different from different African continent, and their taxes is different as well. Mhm. So before you travel, that's good that you ask question. Before you travel, you do your research on how much the tax in Namibia, on how much tax in Botswana, on how much tax in South Africa. Now South Africa, De Beers is the one who control the diamond industry in Africa.
Oh,
Oh yeah. So they travel from different African continent and getting all the diamond and bring it, because South Africa De Beers, they have a cutter. They're the biggest company. De Beers is London company, and they are in Africa. Yes. But you will
they
never
are.
get diamond in South Africa unless you bring your checkbook. Yes. They would not entertain you. Neighbors would not entertain you. And the price is the price. No bargain. Yes, no bargain. So I'm telling you so that you have an idea. And also Zimbabwe, they have diamond in Zimbabwe, the best stone in Zimbabwe, but their price is really premium. Yes. So you happy for that?
Zimbabwe stones are shitty.
How do you know that's shitty?
Because my friend is selling Zimbabwe stones.
Oh, that is second stone, meaning to say that is reject. You must remember when Mugabe was alive, he is the one who bringing diamond to Dubai. He act as an agent of his country. I was reading on the news when he was alive. He go to Dubai with entourage. He's bringing diamond. Yes. So that the diamond that your friend is selling is really reject. Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. Someone is calling. Just a moment. Someone is calling me. Yeah, hi Pelopos. Yeah, good evening.
Oh, good day, good day. It's afternoon this side.
All right. Okay, I'm live. Okay, going back to our conversation this afternoon. And you mentioned to me that the tax in Namibia is 16.5% on diamond. Is that right?
Yes, on gold.
And gold, and also
And
gold.
minerals.
And all the minerals, the valued added tax is 16.5.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay, you have the buyer that wanting to buy gold in Tanzania. Would you able to explain to me why the Tanzania have gold, that the gold is coming from the rebels? Can you explain it to me?
Yes, no, they approached this guy and he says a seller is having gold in Tanzania. And at first he wanted for me to pay for the transport and accommodation for him because he needed to travel from Kenya.
Oh, from Kenya.
And
Okay.
according to him, the product is not. Yeah, he's a Kenyan, but he has gold in Tanzania.
Yeah, and then?
According to him, the product they are not his. It's for the rebels.
Oh.
And the rebels, he's buying them at a cheaper price. He's getting them cheap, and the rebels they just want money. And the selling price was 30.
How much?
Yeah, then our clients was taking them. My clients, my buyer was taking them for 34. Meaning my commission was 4,000.
Okay.
Yes.
And?
Then he said, no, I can even go to up to 2.5.
2.5 kilos, is it?
Yes, 2.5 kilos. And was like, oh, it's a nice bargain, this one. Let me try. Let's give it a try. And I said, no, but my brother, I cannot pay you. Cannot pay for accommodation. I cannot pay for those whatever you are thinking for me to pay. That one I won't do. Then he decided, no, okay, no, I'll be there in 3 days. And I contacted him in 3 days. He was in Tanzania.
Yeah. So the gold is
So
coming from Congo.
I make an arrangement. I make an arrangement for the buyer to meet the buyer representative to meet the seller.
So who is the seller? The seller is a rebel, is it?
Which? Yeah, no. The seller is one guy representing rebels.
Oh, very dangerous. Oh, and then?
Yes. Of which we don't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with it because me, I just want money. And him is having the product and my having a client that wants the product. Let's see how it goes.
Well, you're dealing very dangerous business. You're dealing with a dangerous.
Yeah, no.
You're dealing. I wouldn't able
Yes,
I wouldn't advise the buyer like that, because that gold belong to the rebels, and the rebels has its own front act, and that gold has no license. And what happened if the buyer said, "Oh, that is very cheap," then the buyer is waiting for disaster. And if the buyer cannot comply to the rebels, either the buyer would be kidnapped by the rebels, because the rebel asked him to bring cash. It wouldn't work, because if the buyer bring the cash, that the value of 2.5, and then when the rebel found out that the buyer has cash, the rebel might hold up the buyer. I wouldn't advise the buyer like that. That is dangerous business.
yeah,
That is very
I
dangerous
know,
business.
but he guarantee us to say no. They are using the government refinery in Tanzania,
It doesn't
which is not
matter.
a problem
It doesn't matter,
for
because
the
yeah, Tanzania has no much
for the
gold.
buy. It wasn't a problem for the buyer.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But
advise
the
the buyer. I wouldn't. I wouldn't advise.
prior to
Yeah, go ahead.
prior prior to transacting, the seller, yes, the seller met the buyer, and of which they were supposed to, as a first meeting,
Yeah.
for them to present the proof of payment to be able to say yes, can we? They are able to go get their product from the secured place where they keep it,
And what
from the
happened?
storage. Yes, from their storage, and then for them to do business like the next morning, of which it happens, like the next morning. No, they presented the proof of payment. Then they agreed to meet like the next morning. When upon meeting, no, the seller changed the story, ran the product. It's somewhere 2,000 kilometers from where they were. Meaning they should drive. Meaning they should drive, and the buyer is driving with the money that he withdrew.
Very dangerous.
Of which the buyer refused, and no, the deal went just ended like it was just hanging there.
Yeah, the buyer is wise. He wouldn't grab it, because he would be a victim. Either he gonna be
no one.
Yeah.
Even if I'm to buy a phone, and I know it's a small phone, but no, the moment you tell me to say the phone is somewhere else, and I'll say no, I don't want anymore.
Good that you didn't involve, because you're gonna be in trouble. That is the reason why I always advise.
Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, you're talking. You were talking.
That is the reason why I advise buyer that any seller offer you undervalue, please don't grab it, because you are going to wait for disaster. Just like this conversation that we have, that the gold 2.5 tons belong to the rebels. That gold has been stolen. Yes, and Tanzania has a limited supply, and you cannot buy gold in Tanzania itself. They are not selling cheap price in Tanzania. I have a client from Tanzania, and when I asked him why you buy gold in Mali, that there is gold in Tanzania, and you know what he said? Gold in Tanzania are smuggled, and we don't want to be involved in smuggled. We want to deal with the proper channel. Yeah, he is from Tanzania, and he's going to buy gold in Bamako, Mali, and we exchange all the legal documentation. Yes. And he agreed, because he sent his business registration and importation license, and we also sent the mining license of the seller and the mining articles of the seller. So both parties are doing some due diligence. Because of me, I have to gather first the buyer. So the buyer was saying, "Thank you, Wilhelmina, we found you. We are buying gold and deliver it to Dubai. because they have their own client. Yeah. They wouldn't be involved in gold in Tanzania coming from Congo. They wouldn't. Because they're scared. They don't want to lose their license. Yeah. This is what I was told.
That's the
Yeah. And your seller, the gold coming from the rebel, he has no license. So what happened if that buyer, pretending the buyer agree because they're below the world market price, and when the rebel found out that the buyer bring the money, then the buyer would be hold up. Yes, yes,
yes, that's the problem now.
yes. I have a seller from Sierra Leone. I think he brought the diamond from border, and he has a client who is Russian. And during the inspection of the diamond in on the private location, the gun is on his head. He's American, but he was born in Sierra Leone. Yeah. Now he big his life. And the Russian, he tears the paperwork. Give me the diamond. So that guy, I would not mention the seller because we are live. That guy, he paid the owner of the stone because the villagers give the stone to the licensee as a consignment, and he has to sell it to the world in order to pay the community. And he was been paying for 3 years, or else his life would be in danger and he wouldn't be able to come back to Sierra Leone. So there's so many illegal activities that is very dangerous, very very dangerous. Thank God that you didn't continue. Thank God. And at least you found me that I advise you don't be involved on illegal activities. Do not. You are too young to be involved. Don't. Yes. Your life would be in danger. Yeah.
I understand.
Mm. So is there any gold in Namibia? Do you have gold in your country?
We have gold in Namibia, but this one is strictly for the government.
Okay, how much is the selling price of the government?
No, they don't even sell it to individual. They just take it straight. They know their clients already.
Oh, their client is
You
in the
cannot
bank.
even afford it.
Yeah.
It must be MBA.
LBMA, yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Must be
No,
LBMA 3%.
even us ourselves, we don't know it.
Yes. So, oh well, thank you, Felipe, for our conversation, and at least the whole world can hear our conversation. I would rather advise the buyer, don't be a fool that somebody offer cheap price. At the end of the day, you're gonna be trapped. I rather do business in a proper way. You will get the profit gradually rather than get the profit instantly. Yeah.
Yes.
So you got my point?
Yes.
I
do.
All right. Thank you very much for our conversation. All right.
All right.
Because someone is buzzing me as well on the other end. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Mr. Sheikh, are you there?
Yes, please.
Are you there, Mr. Sheikh?
Yes, please. I am here.
Did you hear my conversation with Felipe?
Yes, I was listening very intently.
Sorry?
I was listening.
Yeah, your mic is too slow. I cannot hear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Just a moment. No, I cannot hear you.
How about now?
Oh yeah, you can. I can hear you now. What did you hear my conversation on the other side?
Rebels again. People wanting to deal with rebels.
Don't deal with the rebels. Rebels, no, don't. Do not deal. Okay. So anyway, nice talking to you. That good that you hear from my conversation. And the time here is 7:50. This is my first hour of my online digital office. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheikh. Thank you. Bye. Now, everyone, I think you hear from my conversation with the buyer's agent and potential buyer, and this gold business buyer asking undervalued. You are waiting for disaster. Now let's talk about this buyer that lose money. When I look at the invoice, last week I was being approached by a buyer from Dubai that they were paying taxes only. When I look at the the price of the gold and even the invoice, it's really wrong. So when I look at the invoice of the buyer from Dubai, the buyer only pay taxes which is 5%. That is wrong because the tax in Bamako, Mali is 7%. So when I look at the invoice, I analyze the invoice. So the person who prepared the invoice, on just a moment, I'm gonna go on the invoice so that you guys will understand and learn out of this video. This is my office, okay? Now, okay, this is the invoice. The invoice, the price was $38,000. Okay, 22 carats. The purity is 94 plus. Now, on the invoice is 1,064,00. Now, let us do the calculation here. On 38,000 times 20 kilos, okay? No, 28 kilos, okay? 38,000 times 28 kilos. That is 1,600,000, correct? 1,600,400. So the buyer only pay 53,000. Okay, the 53,000 is only for the tax. Even the 5% tax. In Bamako, Mali is 7% tax. Right. Now on 1,064,00 times 7%, the tax is 74,480. So the buyer only pay 53,200. So I did review the invoice because I tried to help this buyer to sort it out, but he is not my buyer. Out of my kindness, because I know that I have contact in Bamako, Mali, when I forwarded this invoice to my head office says, why the buyer paying taxes only? Why? How about the gold? Even the portion of the gold. That is normal that the buyer pay the gold plus value added tax. That is normal in your country when you buy anything. Just like in Namibia, I was talking to a gentleman from Namibia, 16.5% to buy gold and diamond. On goods and services like bread and clothing is 15%. See? So you as a buyer, you are really a fool if you're asking CIF to pay taxes. How about paying the gold? So therefore, the gold didn't arrive in Dubai because you only pay 5%. In fact, in Bamako, Mali, the tax is 7%. So you were deceiving yourself, and the person who sold the gold to you, he's also deceiving you. So both of you are deceitful. Both of you. So you are a fool accepting the buyer. Okay, here's my gold, 38,000. You pay taxes. Why you gonna pay taxes? Why? You have not paid the gold plus the value added tax. That is normal. So what happened at the end of the day? The buyer failed. Then you're gonna say, I was being scammed. Yes, you were. You are one of the scammer. Because why you ask to pay taxes? Why? So you are one of the scammer. Because if you come to Wilhelmina, I wouldn't allow you to send your money to a particular seller that you have not paid the gold. I would discourage you not to pay. You have to pay the gold. You already asked the gold, right? You were on the ground. So why are you gonna rely on that particular seller saying, okay, here's my gold, you pay taxes. Okay, the 53,200, you give it to the shipper, but the gold was not in the hand of the shipper. So what happened? So do you think the seller will give you the gold? You're a stranger, do you think? So you are the one who fool himself yourself. You are the one. And also the seller also fooling you. So what happened? You're gonna say, "Oh, I was being scam." You are one of the scammer asking CIF. If you come to Wilhelmina, you would never get the gold, and I will discourage you. You better inspect properly. You better assay the gold properly. Then when you like it, and get the assay report and get the invoice, when you inspect the gold, you make a partial down payment. You get the collateral. Then you buy a metal box. Do not rely on any seller. You must be there. That is why I am always asking or telling the buyer, you need Wilhelmina on the ground with you. Because if there is an issue, I have a backup for you. I have a backup. I've been to Africa. I know the mentality of the seller. I know the behavior of the seller when you are on the ground. On the beginning, they are really nice. But if he doesn't like you and he can sense that you don't have the money, he would not pick up your phone calls. He would not show up on time. He wouldn't. Because they were hesitant that you don't have the money. That is the reason why when you come to Wilhelmina, I required you to show me your business registration. I require you to show me your importation license. I require you to show me your passport copy and the proof of fund bank statement. That's all you can prove because your payment must be bank to bank because of gold laundering and money laundering. So if you've been asked by the seller, okay, pay taxes, send it by Western Union, don't. Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, listen to Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina has been in Africa in and out. Sellers are fickle-minded, you must remember. And the way they talk, they are very rough. When they talk, they are very rough. And buyer as well, you are also bargainer, right? Because of the price. Mr. Buyer, do the proper thing, follow the golden rules of the country, follow the rules of the seller, then at the end of the day, you will not encounter any disaster. Now, Mr. Sik was asking me about the diamond. The diamond, you inspect on the exporter's office. Now, the seller, he owned the diamond. That diamond belonged to the community. So that seller that he is going to sell it to you, he has a mining license and he is a registered business only locally, but he doesn't have an export license. So the stone will brought it to the exporter. So you and Wilhelmina will come to the exporter's office. You inspect the stone. So you have to inspect that. Then when you're happy, then the exporter will call the government gemologist to come into the office of the exporter to double check of the stone. Then the government gemologist will charge the seller of government fee. So the government fee will be put on the price. So the seller would not explain it to you. So I was on the ground. That is why I always say, take Wilhelmina with you in order for me to do the preparation prior to your arrival. Yes, I can take you to Sierra Leone. I can take you to Conakry, Guinea. I can take you to Bamako, Mali. We have diamond as well. But you need to be vigilant as well. You bring some box for the diamond, small box. And when you travel, Mr. Buyer, buy a sticker called valued goods. And you know the rule of the adhesive sticker, that you have to wrap the metal box, or you have to wrap the little box of the diamond, okay? Because the diamond would not be given to you unless there is a Kimberly certificate that the diamond is free of blood diamond. Now, when you inspect, the diamond will stay at the exporter's office, subject for the full payment. So the diamond will be brought to the Department of Mines. The Department of Mines will inspect the stone. So then the Department of Mines will issue the Kimberly certificate that the diamond is free of blood diamond. Then the diamond would be sealed. Then it will be handed over to you until the Department of Mines issue everything. So when you travel to buy diamond, I will take you. I would know which seller I'm going to bring you. I would know. Let me arrive the day before you arrive, so that when you arrive, I would be in the airport with you. But my extra service, I am charging you. I am charging you my extra service in order to accompany you, in order to facilitate you. At the same time, I am your business tour guide and also the marketing consultant of the seller. I am the extension office based in Australia. So my job is not easy. It's not easy. I make sure that when I take you on the ground, you follow, you be with me from the day one to the end. Do not screw me, because I was being screwed in the past. So what happened if you're gonna screw Wilhelmina, then you cut the deal. Then you want to talk to the seller directly, that is fine. But believe me, if Wilhelmina would not be with you, and then you are greedy, and then you want to talk directly to the seller, it happened, I was being screwed. I was being screwed several times. That is why I'm sharing you. This is live. Mr. Buyer, if you are greedy, then you're waiting for disaster. I have the buyer was really very greedy. Very. He's a shark. So what happened? The shark is hungry. He was also bitten by the shark. The seller and the buyer are also shark. Yes? I'll give you the parable in business. I am a canoeing on the shallow river. Left and right, there is a shark. Yeah? But the shark, he doesn't like to talk to Wilhelmina. So I was canoeing on the shallow river, and the other shark jumped into my boat, and the other seller jumped into my other boat. What happened? The diamond was not materialized because both sharks are eating each other. So I hope you understand my logic here. So I think you don't understand my explanation why the river is very shallow. There are so many sharks on the river. Who is the shark? The seller and the buyer. Yes? Because of the profit. So what happened? The seller is shark, the buyer is shark, then they are fighting each other. Then what happened? You will never get the diamond. It happened, I was being screwed recently. So I'm not going to mention the name of the buyer that who screwed me. And also in gold, I was being screwed in Ghana. Yes? So I would not mention the name of the two gentlemen who screwed me, so that he would not be embarrassed. You must remember, Mr. Buyer, when you make a down payment, if you don't complete the deal, your deposit will be forfeited. Yes. So make sure when you travel, you have the money. Make sure. Because when you make a down payment and then you don't have the money to pay the whole lot, and then you're going to ask CIF, then you are facing disaster because diamond is not CIF. It's not. So that is the reason why I explain it here, so that you as the buyer would be aware that there's no seller explaining to you like this. It doesn't matter if he is my seller. It doesn't matter. I don't want you to be duped because once you pay my extra service, I don't want my name to be tarnished. That is the reason why I am telling you live, whether you like it or not. It's okay if you don't like Wilhelmina, that's fine. But one day you will remember me because I was a victim before. Yes? So Mr. Buyer, if you are looking for cheap price, congratulations, you are waiting for disaster. Mr. Seller, if you are deceiving the buyer, then when the buyer complain, you will never get a buyer again. Because you as an African, once you scam the foreigner, they will spread your name. That is the reason why my seller is okay. Yeah? Come with me. I will arrive the day before you arrive. I've been to Africa already, Mr. Buyer. I know ins and out. As being a broker, you as a broker, and then you think how much commission you will get. You will never get the commission until the buyer and the seller consummate the contract, until the buyer pay the seller. So come with Wilhelmina. If you want to buy diamond, come with me. I will take you and I will interview you live privately. If you are on Zoom, let's talk about on Zoom. If you are on Skype, add me on Skype. If you are on WhatsApp, talk to me on WhatsApp. Most of you are dealing with WhatsApp because WhatsApp is encrypted. But you are very clever buyer. You are. You will never win Wilhelmina. I had a buyer from Taiwan, and he said he is a buyer. Okay? He doesn't understand what is the meaning of LBMA. So I can detect, just a moment. Okay, I can detect this buyer, he's a broker. Okay? His name is Mikey Nin from Taiwan. And he is going to ask my seller's information. And I told him, you know the procedure already. I will release my seller's information, but you need to introduce yourself properly, who you are. Because this business is not for brokering. So he asked me, do you understand what is LBMA? I said, yes, I do understand. LBMA is the organization based in London. You can only buy gold to a LBMA organization. They are buying gold, they are refining gold from the Duribar to gold volume, which is 99.99. So they are in control of the pricing on the world market. So you are buying refined to them. So those organization, bank, refinery, jewelry manufacturer, they buy raw materials to a local miner who produce gold. So when they buy, they refine it into different uses. And you buy to them, there is no profit. Of course, they control it. So they get the profit. You buy to them wholesale. Now to us, you buy from us wholesale as well. Yeah? But we give you a price of LBMA less 5%. Less from the world market price, less 5%. Now, on this video, you will see the price of the gold. Okay? On 5%. Now, today, the price of gold is down. Take advantage of the price of gold. Now, our selling price is 56,190. Less 5%. Now, on 24 carats is 61,000, right? Just a moment, I'm going to go to the world market. Just bear with me. So that you will be aware, Mr. Buyer. Whether you buy it from Wilhelmina, it's okay. At least you learn from my digital office. Now, the price of gold today is down. It's 61,221. Okay, 61,211.65 less 5%. Okay, that's 61 again, 208.03. Okay, now our selling price less 5% is $58,000, right? Now we are giving you discount. I will give you $56,000 on 8% because I am charging you my travel cost to accompany you. So you are a winner at the end of the day. So if you convince Wilhelmina that you are a real buyer, out of 8%, I might consider to ask my head office to give you 10%. I might, but don't bank on it. Until you convince Wilhelmina that you're going to send me your business registration, you're going to send me your importation license, you're going to send me your passport copy and show me the proof of fund, and you send me an email or even on WhatsApp and Skype, you need to tell me who is your refinery, because the refinery will receive the gold coming from my head office. He is the consignee. If the gold will be shipped it to your destination. Now I know that you don't trust local shipper. You can search G4S, you can search Brink, but you have to pay first the gold. Before the gold will be handed over to Brinks, before the gold will be handed over to G4S, you need to have an account to Brinks or G4S. You need to have an account. You type Brinks and then you type G4S. So when you type it, you need to contact the G4S that you are buying gold to a particular seller. Because my seller has an in-house shipper, but if you pay cash, we will hand over the gold to G4S. We will provide you export documentation. Yes, we do. Then we can hand over. But you need Wilhelmina with you. Please don't travel with no invitation. Do not travel without knowing the particular seller. Do not. I know you are being stuck in Conakry. I know you've been stuck in Ghana. I know you're going to be stuck in Nairobi. I know you are stuck in Sierra Leone. I know you're stuck in Bamako, Mali. I know you're stuck in Burkina Faso. I know. Every day I have an inquiry. All of you are on the ground. You cannot get the gold. Now there was an incident. A guy from Swiss, and he has an office in, I think, in Gambia. I think I mentioned that on my previous video. So he couldn't get the gold in Gambia because the seller would not sell his gold very cheap. Yeah? And the broker was saying, Madam, I'm from Gambia. I have the buyer. He's a Swiss guy, but he wanted to get the gold in Conakry. He's thinking that he can get cheap price in Conakry. So we exchanged vital information. When I look at it, he has a business registration. He's registered in Gambia because he has other business in Gambia. So when I have reading all the conversation, he is going to sell the gold to Dubai. So that is fine as long as he pay. So he was asking 45% discount. So that is a red flag already, because the real seller would not sell his gold very cheap. Now on 45, just a moment, I'm gonna go on $45,000. That is only 18 carats. Our gold is 22.54, which is 23 carats. Why we gonna give him 45 and our selling price 3 weeks ago was $63,000. Today is down. So he keep on bargaining and bargaining and bargaining, and he doesn't want to be invited. He got the visa from Senegal, okay, and he has a partner, a Bangladesh. So because his English is very thick and I couldn't understand his accent, so he bring his partner. His name is Muhammad, Bangladesh guy, and he said that He has a lot of connection in Conakry. I said, okay, that's good that you have a lot of connection. So he has a connection in Central Bank. Okay. So while I was talking to this Swiss guy, and I told him, I break the protocol already that we don't deal buyers or they have the visa. So I will consider you, but I will monitor your movement in order for you to come to the office. So he sent me a message. He doesn't want to be met in the airport. He doesn't want my head office to come to his hotel to meet him before he will come to the head office. And he said he will take a taxi. Now, I told him we don't do that. Because you are a foreigner, you never know you are a hold-upper. You never know you arrange the gangs locally and you're gonna hold up the office that the office has gold and diamond in the office. My head office have a camera and we have a civilian security. You would not see that the head office have a security, but they are civilians sitting down on the car park. My seller has 15 cars and he owned the building. So he is very discreet, my head office. So I told him we don't do that. So I rejected this Swiss guy. Now he come back to me. He's one of his other broker begging me that he has a buyer to buy gold and bring the gold to central bank. So I interviewed that broker and I told him, where is the buyer coming from? Madam, he's a Swiss guy. Ah, I know this guy. Is that so and so? He said, yes, madam. I know the guy. And that guy, he stayed at the Royal Kulum Hotel. The Royal Kulum Hotel across the central bank. It's only 50 meters away from central bank. And he wanted the gold to bring to the central bank. I said, big no-no. Before we're going to bring the gold to the central bank in Conakry, you have to come to the office. You have to look at the gold. When you look at the gold, by the way, Mr. Buyer, when you travel, you spend money to buy gold tester. You can search that online. There is 5,000, there is 10,000, there is 22,000. I done my research and I requested the head office in United States how much the best gold tester, 22,000. You spend money if you're a real buyer. If you're a joker buyer, you're looking for cheap price, then you're waiting for disaster. So this, going back to this Swiss guy, he failed. So I did send him a voice message on WhatsApp. And I told him, unfortunately, you've been floating around, you've been window shopping, and you don't want us to meet you in the hotel, and you want to take a taxi, and we regretted because we don't know you. How do we know that you are a real buyer? You never know you are a hold-upper. You never know you're a thief. Why you're scared of us? I told him that. Why you gonna scared with us? We are transparent. We exchange mining license and export license. And why you scared? Just to meet you in the hotel. Reject. He returned to Gambia empty-handed. Now, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, don't be a fool. Africa is a 98% natural resources coming from Africa. Africa is a huge continent. Why Chinese are everywhere? Why Chinese own the hotel? Royal Column Hotel owned by Chinese. Grand Army Hotel owned by Chinese. I stayed there. I stayed in Grand Army Hotel. I stayed at Royal Column Hotel. I stayed in Omo Hotel owned by Lebanese. I went to Omo Hotel owned by Senegalese, a billionaire Senegalese. And why you a foreigner, you're scared? Why? To me, you are a fool. To me, you are a hold-upper. If you're scared to meet us, to me, you are not a buyer. You're scared. Why are you going to be scared for? Something wrong with you if you're going to be scared. Once I gather your vital information, once we send you a letter of acknowledgement based on your letter of intent to purchase on your company letterhead, we will assure you that you will be looked after because Wilhelmina be with you I would be in the airport meeting you. So you will not be scared. So if you're scared that you don't want us to meet you, then something wrong with you. You have the plan to hold up my seller. Yes? Now going back to Bamako Mali. Bamako Mali is a big cartel. Cooperative is a big organization. May I explain to you, Mr. Bayo, if you are on the ground in Bamako Mali? Most of the small seller, they get the gold from the cooperative as a consignee. They want to sell it. They are registered. They are a member of the cooperative. Now, in Bamako, Mali, there are 4,500 local miners. They bring their gold to a cooperative. It's a cartel. So each of their members, some of this business registered, they go to the cooperative and buy gold, and then they're gonna sell it. That is business. Now, you buy to the main cooperative. The cooperative have 26 key members. I have the file. They hired Wilhelmina to handle sales and marketing. Conakry, they hired Wilhelmina to handle sales and marketing outside Africa. In Sierra Leone, they hired Wilhelmina to handle sales and marketing to market the production outside Africa. That is why you met Wilhelmina. I am here to educate you. I am here to guide you. I am not here to force to buy from you. I am not chasing you, Mr. Baya. You are chasing, floating around, running around, thinking you can get the gold very cheap. Then you're a fool if you are thinking like that. Now there's another Sri Lankan. He's asking gold 28,000 24 carats. And he is a jewelry shop. And I told him, don't be a fool. You own the shop, you know the 24 carats, the price. And he's asking $28,000. I remove him from my WhatsApp. Yeah, he doesn't know how to introduce himself. You want to buy 1 kilo. We don't sell 1 kilo. This is export, right? Minimum orders is 10 to 20 kilos. Minimum. We don't sell 2 kilos. It's not worth it for you to travel. And we don't bring gold or diamond to your destination until we know who you are. Now, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, to bring gold to your destination, you need to have an importation license. My seller would not tell you that. He would say, okay, buy gold from us. Well, he doesn't care. He doesn't care what happened when you're going to bring gold to India. Custom will inspect you. And the customs said, oh, where is your importation license? Then your gold will be confiscated. Yeah? And then you bring to Dubai. Then the Dubai custom, where is the custom clearance? Yeah? So if you don't have the money, then you're going to ask us or send the gold to Dubai. We will pay your ticket and hotel accommodation. What a fool. I've been to Dubai. I interviewed a lot of you guys. You're all jokers to me. You come to my hotel, I stayed at Holiday Inn recently, and 8 people was queuing to see me. Yeah. All of them are reject, joker, joker, joker. They're asking, bring the gold to Dubai. We will pay you after final. I say, no, you are going to leverage it. You are going to launder, and you're going to tell us to bring it to Dubai, and then you sell it to the refinery, and then the refinery pay you, and then you never know, you might run away. Exactly the same as my seller lost 450 kilos in Paris. Exactly the same. One the seller in Bamako, Mali, he went to Istanbul. Yeah. After he bring the gold, the refinery pay the person the amount of the gold, and the owner of the gold from Bamako, Mali was waiting and waiting and waiting. What happened? He returned to Bamako, Mali empty-handed. Now, Mr. Baya, that is the reason why you were being scammed. That is the reason why you cannot afford to pay the gold. You can only afford to pay taxes. Why are you going to pay taxes for? You have not paid the gold. That is normal. You have to pay the value, the added tax. That is normal. Here in Australia, our value added tax, government sales tax is 10%. You buy gold in Namibia. You cannot buy cheap rice. The export tax is 16.5%. You buy gold in Cameroon, 17%. Yeah, you buy gold in Ghana, 8%. You buy gold in Conakry, 7.5%. You buy gold in Bamako, Mali, 7%. You buy gold in Sierra Leone, they will not tell you how much the tax is. They would not tell you. So what happened? You're a buyer, you're a foreigner, you gonna be surprised. So, oh, I was not being told. Yes, the seller doesn't care. They will say, okay, I have the gold, $38,000. They will tease you. They will ignite you to come over to their country. Mr. Buyer, I'm not supposed to tell you this. I'm not supposed to tell you. I am sharing you my experience. If you don't like Wilhelmina, too bad. Everybody knows me and everybody doesn't like my guts. Too bad. I am here to help you. I am here to educate you because I'm telling you, if you're not very careful, then you're waiting for disaster. Yes, there's a lot of buyers stranded in Ghana. I was in Ghana, Mr. Buyer. I was being screwed by both buyers and seller. That was my bad experience. Recently, I was also screwed. Yeah, buyers and seller. So that is the reason why, Mr. Buyer, I would like to ask you, if you want me, pay for it. I want you to be with me in day one to the end. My extra service is worth it. It's worth it. You will get the gold and you will get the diamond. It's worth it. But make sure you have the money. What is the point of inviting you and you don't have the money? I am the gatekeeper, Mr. Buyer. I am the gatekeeper. I am the one who will reject you. My position is completely different from broker online. The broker online are chasing supply and they search gold in Africa. My video pop up into your screen because I'm the only person who show my beautiful face. I'm the only one. You will never see the seller show their faces. You will never see the broker show their faces. Mr. Buyer, you don't need to be scared. I am here with you. I am here with you and I am with the seller. Both. I am your business facilitator and business tour guide. My role is not easy. My role is completely different from online joker broker. My job is not easy. I put everything online in order for you, Mr. Buyer, to read the full corporate offer. Very clear and simple. If you have the money, you will get the gold. We don't bring the gold to your any destination. We don't. And we don't ask you to pay in advance. No, we don't. We would like to invite you, come with Wilhelmina, you look at your order, you make an order, you place your order based on your letter of intent to purchase on your company letterhead. Then we will reserve your order. You come to the office with Wilhelmina. As I've said to you, I will arrive the day before you arrive. I will meet you in the airport. Travel by January. Because at the moment, Wilhelmina cannot travel because our international flight in Australia is not yet open. Don't rush, Mr. Buyer. Don't. If you're rushing, you come. I will place you to Conakry because Dubai and Conakry is closer. And I will monitor your movement. But you need to coordinate with me. And I will do it for you. I know everybody needs the supply. Dubai is running out of supply. Yes? Running out of supply. Now, Mr. Buyer, a while ago you were been asking what is LBMA. Do your research. Don't be parasite. Okay? I am not here to be babysit you. The full corporate offer is on this video. You watch this video first, listen to my conversation with the gentleman, and then after you listen to this video, then you click below subscribe on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, because this video would be on YouTube. I want you to subscribe. Take time, don't rush. You are buying $500,000 here. $500,000. So I want you to buy from us in a proper way. We will give you a discount. Your profit on the first trial, minimal. But you increase that every week. At the end of the year, if you're a real buyer, your profit would be 80% or 84%. It depends on your order. But you put your $500,000 in the bank, 3% a year interest from the bank. Okay, 500,000. Okay, I will use my calculator. Times 3%. Your profit of your term deposit is only 15,000 a year on 500,000. Yeah? But on, this is the profit on 500,000. Huh? Term deposit. But you buy gold every week. You start a trial today, 10 kilos. Your profit is 5% per kilo. On 10 kilos, 5,000 times 10, you get a profit of your investment. Right. Then you increase that 50 kilos, your profit is more than $50,000. Yeah? Then you increase that 100, your profit is more than, is double. But on the first trial, your profit is just minimal. Yeah? So where are you going to find a person who educates you at the same time? Where? Nobody. Now in Bamako, Mali, we have 2.5 tons of gold. You wouldn't be able to get that. You don't have the cash. I would like to encourage you to start a trial. Now in Conakry, Guinea, we have 1.2 tons. Mineral Consulting Group of Company. He owned the concession, but you wouldn't be able to afford that. We would like to start you 20 kilos. And every seller have the requirement. In Conakry, 20 kilos to start with. In Bamako, Mali, they will consider 10 kilos. In Sierra Leone, they will consider 10 kilos. So every seller have a different procedure. There's a saying on the golden rules. He who has the gold makes the rules. The government is making the rules, not you. You're making your rules, therefore you are waiting for disaster. There's so many offer $28,000, go for it. There's so many offer 35,000, go for it. There's so many offer 38,000 and 40,000, go for it. I'm telling you, when you arrive, it's no longer that price because the seller is basing the world market. The price of gold controlled by LBMA Association. Now, you are watching me, right? You type gold rate in Ghana on 22 carats and 24 carats. Type gold rate in Bamako, Mali. You will see the real price. Gold rate on Sierra Leone. You will see the real price. Type gold rate Conakry, Guinea. You will see the real price. And go on the world market, www.goldprice.org. You will see the price. Now I'm going back to the world market because the price, it fluctuates. Just a moment. I'm going to the world market. Okay. Now, the price of gold today, a while ago was 61,100. Now, the price of gold is 61,200.56. Bank now. Remember when you if you watch my video on 2019, I warned everyone the price of gold in 2020 there would be a prediction that the price of gold will turn to 55 or 60. I was right. Why I was right? So I was reading the movement of gold. I am a current event person. I always read the current event so that I could share it with you, because I know you're a small trader. You have no idea what you are buying. You only think about the profit. You will only get the profit when you have the money. You will never get the profit when you are going to shortcut. And you are going to us, bring the gold to us, and we will pay the taxes. No, don't. Do not send any money in Africa unless you will be invited. Do not. No matter what the seller offer you cheap price, you're gonna be tempted because it's cheap. Yeah, there was an American lady from New York. She said she was being cheated in Sierra Leone. No, you were not being cheated. You are the one who let yourself to be cheated. Yes, she sent money. The gold didn't arrive. So you are the one who teach yourself to cheat yourself because you were being offered cheap price. I wouldn't. I wouldn't advise you guys. I wouldn't. Talk to Wilhelmina. I will help you to renegotiate the price. But fair is fair. You buy the metal box. Okay, you buy sealed like a adhesive sticker. Then you wrap the gold, the metal box, so that the gold will not be tampered. I will show you the gold that I 2013. Just a moment. I will show you. I think I already showed that this one on my previous video. Now, I'm gonna use this one as an example. This gold is 50 kilos inside the metal box. This gold was supposed to ship it to Mexico. Now, this gold is from Ghana. Okay? Now, the seller hired the armor car from the village to Accra. The seller paid $5,000. I don't have any idea until such time. Then when the gold arrived in Accra, the gold was deposited at the security company because the buyer is not yet arrived. So in total of $10,000. So before the buyer arrived, I went to ER Logistics. I introduced myself. This is 2013. I'm giving you the example. So I introduced myself to Joseph. He is the director of ER Logistics. During the time, ER Logistics was very popular and the best refinery. So there was a charge of 50 kilos. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can only afford 250 to taste the gold. But he cannot afford to pay the gold. So what happened? We brought Eric to the boardroom. And I have the video on my Facebook. And Eric Blasco said, I understand your needs and your concern. His concern is to screw me because he doesn't have the money to pay the gold. He wanted my seller to bring to Mexico without any payment. Lucky my driver is very loyal to me. And my driver said, Madam, I feel sorry for you. So the company who invited me and he paid me everything, he gave me money for my spending money when I was in Accra. But at the end of the day, I was being screwed, both buyers and seller. Can you imagine that? African sellers are devious, Mr. Buyer, and you as well devious. Yeah? So what happened? My driver was really felt sorry for me. I was very calm and relaxed. And I talked to Eric on the lobby. That is why he doesn't want me to join. I invited Eric Blasco and Marine Cortez to have lunch with me in the hotel, the same hotel we're staying, and they refused to be with me. But he go behind my back. But he didn't get the gold because I am more smarter than him. I feed my driver. I feed him my driver. I give my driver money in order to be loyal to me. Yes? So what happened? I sent an email to Nana, the chief, that this buyer is a crook. And a minute that this gold would be in the hand of the buyer in Mexico, I can guarantee you 100% the gold, when the gold arrive in Mexico, they will not pay you. Or either you're going to be murdered, or either you will never see the money. Exactly the same last year, my seller in Conakry was being scammed 450 kilos. Exactly the same. When I arrived in Conakry, the head office, Madam, we were being scammed. I said, what happened? The buyer promised us that he gonna invest. Don't believe on buyers. Don't believe on buyers. Buyers are liars. Either the seller can be liars and also the buyer. My seller lost 23 million. And I told my seller, from now on, I'm here. You know, my seller is in Conakry. Thank God that you're here. Tell the world that we are not a scammer. Tell the world the sellers are not a scammer. The buyers are scammers. Yeah? The buyers are scammer asking cheap price, asking CIF. We don't do CIF, my love. No more. We don't do SBLC, my love. We have the gold. Show us the money. Yeah? Gold is money. Gold will not fade, my love. Gold will not fade. You're gonna be starved because your business would not function without this supply. You're buying currency. Gold is money. Gold has many uses. Gold can make into gold coins. $1, $2 is made of gold. Gold can make into jewelry. Gold can make into false teeth. You know, there's some rich guy that they have false teeth. Gold is sparkling. That is made of gold. Without 99.99, without gold bullion, there would be no gold bullion if there is no Doribar. Yeah? So, you are a fool asking us CIF. You are. Because I'm telling you, you wouldn't like Willamina's language. You wouldn't like Willamina's language at all. I am here to teach the buyer because you already tarnished Africa. The Taiwanese says, oh, Africa, lot of scam. I told him, you are one of the scammer. Why you ask us to bring gold in Hong Kong? Why? And why you ask my seller to pay everything? Why? So to me, you are a criminal. Look at my seller lose 23 million. And he believed that buyers' promises. No, I don't. That is why I said to my seller, do not believe on buyers. If the buyer cannot afford, so be it. Thank you very much. That is why most of you doesn't like Wilhelmina. I'm sorry, guys. If you don't like Wilhelmina, we have the gold. My seller has the gold. You think I'm a broker? If I'm a broker, my love, I will chase you. I am here to tell the world we have the supply. We are here to do business properly. We are here. In a long run, my seller owned the concession. My seller is not a bigger. He's not a bigger. You are a bigger asking to bring gold to you to your doorstep and pay after final asset. To me, you're a bigger. Yeah, you are. Here in Australia, when I buy groceries to deliver in our doorstep, Woolies or Coles, they will ask, how are you able to pay? They will ask my Visa card. If I don't have available fund on my Visa card, do you think the grocery will come to my doorstep? And if you don't have the money, do you think you can get the gold? Very simple, isn't it? Very, really simple. So if you don't have the money, if you're just joker buyer, please get out on this business. We only deal the real buyer. Yeah. There are so many buyers looking for gold. Mr. Buyer, if you watch my video, don't be scared with Wilhelmina. I am here with you. I can assure you, you will get the gold. I can assure you, you will get the diamond. But you come for conference with Wilhelmina, I'm going to interview you. And don't hide your things. And when you come on Skype and when you come on Zoom or WhatsApp, introduce yourself. Hi, Wilhelmina. I watch your video and also YouTube. I am the buyer. I am registered business. I'm from United or Arab Emirates or United States or in Australia. I am the buyer. I've been searching gold for many months. I couldn't find the real seller. Why you cannot find the real seller? You're looking for cheap price. So I think I already explained it to you. The time here is 8:31. I might come back before I close. Okay? This is my online office. Now, Mr. Buyer, don't be scared. You watch this video, click below, go and scroll and watch and read the full corporate offer. Then we can do business. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening to you or good morning. I don't know what time in your end. Here in Australia, it's already evening. It's 8:32 in the evening, September 22, 2020. God bless you and thank you very much. Have a pleasant good morning or good afternoon to you and good evening to me here in Brisbane, Australia.